The law of attraction is cope. Guys, Chalcedony Crusader back with another semen retention video. I'm feeling great on day 4. I decided to get outside to record this one. Now, this video was going to be about something else, but I spent a little bit of time this morning tapped into the semen retention network before I made my video. I was just listening to some of the things my fellow retainers had to say in this community, in this space. And some of the things I heard, definitely set some things in motion in my brain and gave me some ideas and some thoughts that were subconscious, but they made them conscious for sure. I don't know if that was the intention of the video, but regardless, it's allowed me to generate some personal ideologies on semen retention once again, and I want to share them with you guys. So, like a lot of you, I started retaining because of the benefits. When I was a teenager, I fell into the trap of releasing constantly. Got convinced that it was good for you to release once a week or something, whatever those fake studies used to say. I got convinced of all that BS. And I was addicted. I was addicted to the pleasurableness of it and the convenience and the ability to be lazy without thinking about it. Because when you release, I'm gonna get away from these cars. When you release, you feel like you've accomplished something, right? You feel like you've accomplished your duty, your purpose. Your mind convinces you of that nonsense for a short period of time. And then you go back to realizing that you're in a depleted state now energetically, and you're tired all the time, and you're weak in the gym, all that stuff, So I fell into that trap. Then I discovered NoFap. And at the time I decided, I want to retain because these benefits that these guys are talking about, they sound awesome. Girls are just going to randomly fall in love with me. I'm going to look better. I'm going to get gains in the gym. At the time, I was pretty small, like muscle mass wise. I didn't have no gains. I was skinny fat. I wanted to get in shape. So I'm like, well, all I have to do is just not bust. I felt like I had enough willpower to curb my addiction. So I went for it. And I remember hitting my first 2-week streak or so, and I definitely felt those benefits, I definitely felt much more rejuvenated. I was much more confident in school. There was a girl I had a crush on, and I was always scared to talk to her. But after I got on retention, I grew the balls to talk to her, no pun intended. And we actually started to get closer. Now, nothing in particular ever really stemmed from that. We never got into like a relationship or anything, but I do remember that time period. It was towards mid to end high school, and it was the first time I really felt myself embodying my confidence and just going for what I want, no questions asked. And within me, that was the start of something great. And I attributed it all to retention at the time, right? Now, over the years, I've had many streaks, many streaks. And I can confidently say that semen retention is not a placebo. There's a lot of people that believe that it all comes down to the law of attraction, and that your belief that semen retention will work is the only thing that actually makes it work. I understand where you guys are coming from. Trust me, I do. You know, I used to read into all is mind stuff and as above, so below, as within, so without, all that nonsense, you know. But if we're talking about real truth, how can there be a truth if everything is subjective? How can there be a real truth if every mind on earth can create reality? Are we all just experiencing our own singular reality? Is what I'm seeing not even what you see? Right? Am I just making this video and you're watching a completely different video? Technically you are, right? Technically, it's not the same video that I'm recording that you're watching because it's from a different device. It's in a different part of the world. It's a different person consuming the content every time. But there is an objective reality to this life. And that objective reality, it comes down to the basics. We can break it down to ones and zeros, input and output. When you do something, there is a result. When I record this video, it's recorded, a video is created. When I upload this video, you can see it, right? If I sprint every day for 30 days straight, I'm going to get faster. If I do push-ups every day for a month straight, I'm going to get stronger. I'll be able to do more push-ups, right? Vice versa, if I drink alcohol for every day for 40 days straight, my liver is going to suffer. I'll become an alcoholic, right? Or if I sit out in the cold every single day for a month with no cover, I'm probably going to get sick. Or I eat some type of bacteria. You get the point of what I'm trying to say. If you do something, there's an outcome to what you do. And this is a truth that's found within the scriptures as well. It's not just something I'm saying, right? This is Christ-focused retention over here. So to all the other retainers that are not, they don't believe in God and manifestation and all that stuff. And no hate, no knock, because I was at that phase once too. But retention becomes different when you realize that the Bible has taught about this for thousands of years, right? A man will reap what he sows. God cannot be mocked. That's what that verse says. It says, don't deceive yourself into thinking that you can do one thing and expect an outcome that has nothing to do with it, right? So I saw some of my fellow retainers saying things like, you can release all you want and nothing is going to happen to you as long as you think that nothing is going to happen to you, right? Like, yeah, okay, I can go and shoot somebody and I'm not going to go to jail as long as I really believe in my heart that I'm not going to go to jail. Sure. You try that out and let me know how that goes for you. Look, all of this is just to say that the law of attraction is cope. There is a mirror to this reality, right? We can attract things to ourselves, but it's not just from what we think or what we say or affirmations. It's from what we do, right? All of these things have to stack together and work together, right? There's the thinking, the feeling, and the willing. And these are all Christian mysteries that it can take years to understand. But thinking and feeling and willing have to work hand in hand to be able to generate reality. And the funny thing is, we talk about this law of attraction and this creation principle. Well, guess what? Semen is the only physical creation principle in this life. Yes, women carry the children, but we have the seed that needs to be planted, right? They have the growth chamber, but we have the seed. Listen to those birds, man. This life is beautiful and we cannot take it for granted. We cannot take for granted the fact that our Creator gave us the ability to create. He gave us the ability to continue to propagate life, right? And so this life force, it has to mean something. You know, there's countless examples of God's servants in the scriptures that were strengthened after not seeing women or not touching virgins, right? Or they're considered unclean after intercourse. There's a reason for all of that. And the reason is that it's sacred. It's the creation principle. Now, I'm not telling you to or to not do semen retention, but if you understand these things and you understand where I'm coming from, then you know what you need to do. Now look, like I said, reality is a mirror. Reality is a mirror. The law of attraction is not completely false, but it's a mirror relative to what we do, not just what we think. Therefore, abstinence will have benefits in the same way that indulging in your desires will cause consequences. Like I said, a man will reap what he sows. There is an objective reality to this life. And the sooner you understand that, the better. That's it for today, guys. I hope you're blessed. Keep retaining. Stay strong. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Day 4.